Good day again, and welcome to the Goal Interceptor tutorial number 2. Today we'll catch up on where we were last time. In the first tutorial, I created a goal to travel somewhere where it's warmer. In the interim last night, I created a second one just as a demo, and this is basically what it looks like. Go here. So this one is for me to develop these websites. So the first step, the first objective was to create the goal app, the beta version, and then adding more features was another objectives. And these are the habits that I need to do, some of them every day, not all of them as you see. Some of them are 4 times a week, some 3 times a week. And I've got an estimate here of the time I'm budgeting this could take. And by the way, if there's a habit that you don't need anymore, you can delete it. But if you delete it, you lose all the information related to that specific habit. For example, all the notes or the journal entries. So what you can do instead of deleting, you can edit it and just change the times per week to 0. That means the habit is inactive. So today I wanted to spend a bit more time show you the actual dashboard. So this is where you've got your list of habits, things to do, if you will. And in this case, these ones are colored in purple because they're new habits I just created. Now you see for this one, the exotic holidays, I was supposed to read on travel and discuss with the family. This here shows that over the past 7 days, I've done it once. So let's say today I take a bit of time to read, and after that, during dinner time, I speak a little bit about this with the family. So in the evening, I come in and I want to record that I've done some progress on that task. So I would click on the green button. For all of them, the green button is where you go to actually record your progress. This is the page that comes up. Here you've got room to put some notes, and this can be useful later on when you look back at what you've done, or if you've got questions or trying to remember when you did something. This will go into your journal that's related to this goal, which is the goal is the exotic warm holidays. The family here is the category or the facet. And so the notes here, I could say, oh, I read some intro material and talked at dinner time to get feedback. So I don't need to put very much stuff in there, just as much as you want. And if you don't want to put anything, you just want to put a check mark in that box of, yeah, I've done it today, you can always go just here at save. This here is, in some cases, you're not able to record the event that you've done right away. So you can go back and record, like today's Friday. I could go back and record that, yes, okay, I've done it on the Wednesday. Now in this case, I'll say I'm doing it today. You see here the default hours and minutes. This is to kind of keep track of the time and effort you're putting into it. So 1 hour by default, it comes up with 1 hour because that's what I entered when I created that habit. And this here, the rating is quite useful, and it really goes into how we perform. Because I've noticed in some cases, for example, when I'm trying to get in shape or develop a new application, in some cases I'm very motivated, but I may be running low on energy. And other cases I've got a lot of energy, but I'm just not doing good progress. So all these things are symptoms of something you will need to adapt. You will need to change your plan and maybe add some extra steps, get extra resources. So being able to record this gives you some information on how you perform. So the first, you've got just 3 settings, and as I said, you can just click save if you don't want, if there's nothing special about it. But if you found that you had a particularly efficient session, for example, here when I discussed, let's say, I found it was particularly efficient, maybe a bit more than average or a bit more than I expected, I could click on the excellent. Then the other level is great would be if the session went very well and I may have overcome an obstacle, or maybe I solved a big problem, so it's very, very efficient. And this is when I would click on great. So things at this end of the scale, they're useful later on to let you know what's working really well, what you've done that was making you feel better. For example, the second one is about the senses, how you're feeling, and your energy level. So if as a result of doing that, or when I was doing it, I felt very excited about it, I could put excellent. If I could put great if I overcame an obstacle. For example, let's say I was feeling down, but when I got into this, I felt a lot better. This would be a good example of an area, a time when I could click on great. And I would kind of put a little flag next to my comments and this specific event to tell me that, hey, yeah, this is working really well. And the third item is with respect to the social aspect, the connection with people, teams, and your goals. So in other words, if for this example on travel, let's say I've read the material and then I'm talking at dinner, but people aren't really interested. Maybe they don't like the approach, or they want to travel a lot sooner, and so maybe a bit of conflict, maybe a bit of disagreement. Well, this would be a case where you could do that. It's the agreement or the harmony was mild, or if it's resulting in an argument or an issue, then you would for sure click and set it to low, indicating that there's an issue there. And when you go back at the end of the week, you will be able to go back and see what went really well. You want to do more of those, and you want to be able to also go back and look at what went not so good at the low end. Later on, there's also going to be some smart indicators that the program is going to be that I'm working on now and developing for goal interceptors, so that it can pick up on some of these indicators for you and give you a reminder of some sort to watch out for certain things. So after that, let's say in this case, everything was good, but I felt especially that the family really is looking forward to that, and because I was feeling bad before or very tired after work, this exercise, reading on travel, made me feel better, so I'll put great here. And I mean, talking with the family about a common goal, let's say it's excellent, because this develops our family spirit, and we feel better together. So then I would save that, and now because I had done it once already, you see that now it's showing 2 out of 2. Now it doesn't mean I can't do it again, even though I'm done. And this is a rolling 7-day period, so it's not a Monday to Saturday. So over time you'll see these progress bar vary a little bit. The other part now, let's say that for this, you can do this for all of these ones as well. But let's say with respect to the exotic holidays, you've got some progress, you've talked about it, and you feel that your objective of picking a location, you're doing well. So let's say for this one, you're actually now at 50%, where let's say you only have 2 potential locations. So you could use this to actually upgrade your progress on this goal. And this form is similar to the other one, where you can write a note. So for example, we only have let's say Hawaii, or oops, gee, my typing is bad, Jamaica left to choose between. Okay, so let's say as a result of your discussion tonight, you only have 2 countries to choose. So you would write a note here if you want. Once again, you don't have to. The key is this part here, the progress. And then you could write here how that made you feel. And for example, this one is probably a pretty good feeling. As I said before, it was a good feeling with respect to that progress. So you go here, save. And now you see for that pick a location with family, we're now at 50%. Now the other good thing with this application, once you've stored everything and you're keeping your things up to date, if you click on the blue title bar here, whether it's for the objectives or the habits, you see the report for your goal. So you see in this case, with respect to the exotic warm holidays, we started that just yesterday. So yesterday we were at 0, today we're at we're at, I think it's at 27%, I think. Well, it should be 25% because we have 2 tasks only. So basically it looks at all of your tasks for that goal and tells you how you're doing. This one looks at the time per week that you spent on this thing, and this is not necessarily a good example because I've only got data for this week. And this same thing here for the average rating. I'll show you another example later on. So basically this is the quick part 2 of the demo. We've seen how to look at your habits dashboard and your objective dashboard as well with all of your tasks. For these 2 things, you're seeing your projects or goals, or goals are sorted by order of priority. So the goal app was my number 1 priority, if you go here, and the exotic warm holiday was number 3. And these are sorted by order of how badly they need to be done. For example, if you do this habit here, if you record that as having done it, you save that, and now that's the one that was in the middle, and you will see that after that now you'll see that this one is now at the bottom because these 2 are at 0 out of 4 basically, so they're more in need. So basically the higher on the page, the more you need to work on these issues. So that's about it for this one. In the next tutorial I'll show you a bit more about work-life balance. For example here, because we've only entered 2 goals, this is our balance of the time we've allocated. So as you see, most of my time, this is my target, most of my time has been allocated to production. That's kind of work basically, where family is actually my traveling. This is the time that I've spent over the last 7 days, and spent a lot of time on the family, and that's probably because I didn't enter that many things, right? And then this is the today time. So the next tutorial I'll show you a more of a live example with better, more representative data, and you'll see how that can come together, this page here, to help you reach your goals faster. In the meantime, go for it. Create more goals, prioritize, create your plans, and you'll get a really cool dashboard that you'll see will be adapted just for you. And recording your progress and rating these events will give you the information that you can use later on to improve your plan. Feel better about things, feel better with people, and have a more effective plan. On that last thought, thank you very much for listening, and as I said, go for it, go work on your goals. Thank you.